And then the way they virtue signal is so freaking nauseating and cringeworthy. I mean, you've got J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson saying how, white men needs to step aside and make room for like people of color and women. Then why don't you start with yourself, you stupid hacks? J.J. Abrams, why don't you step aside and let a Hispanic or a woman make episode 9? I mean, put your money where your mouth is, you damn fool. Same with you, Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson also saw too many white men. There's too many white men. Then why don't you get rid of yourself and then give your director slot to a person of color or a woman? But you're not gonna do that. Freaking hypocrites. I'm so tired of these hypocrite Hollywood liberals. They pretend to like people like me, Hispanics. They pretend to like women. I mean, it's so ridiculous. They think just by putting non-white dudes in movies that automatically makes a good movie. That's how stupid these virtue signaling Hollywood hacks are. I mean, can you imagine if somebody said there's too many black people in this movie, or there's too many Asians in this movie, or there's too many Mexicans in this movie, or whatever? Like, they will be called racist. But it's okay to say there's too many white people in the movie? Give me a freaking break. Yeah, I'm just tired of it. These people are stupid. Um, and I said it before. I'll say it again. The Lost Jedi made less money than The Force Awakens, and one of the reasons why is because people like me didn't like their crap, didn't like The Force Awakens, so we told ourselves, I'm not going to watch the next one. And lo and behold, I was proven right. Not to brag, but I was proven right. I knew The Last Jedi would suck. I totally knew it would, and it did. Same with Han Solo. I did not watch Han Solo in the theater because I had a feeling it would suck, and it did. So I didn't waste my money. How about instead of focusing on your stupid quotas, if you focus on actually writing a good script? Why don't you focus on the craft of writing? I mean, freak. That's what you get paid for. I don't think you get paid for diversity quotas. I don't know, who knows? Maybe you do. Maybe Hollywood studios like to waste money on that kind of stuff. But as far as I know, if you're a writer or director or whatever, your job is to make, well, I guess it's to make money, but it's to make a good story that sells. So stop focusing on this political correctness, because nobody cares outside of your little liberal California bubble or whatever, or New York bubble. The rest of us, the rest of America, we just want a good movie. We don't want your stupid politics and Star Wars. I know there's some fools out there who say that Star Wars has always been about politics. Look at the prequels, blah blah blah. No, stupid. I'm talking about identity politics. Identity politics. Star Wars didn't have identity politics. Keep your freaking far left, so-called progressive identity politics out of Star Wars. We don't need it. It doesn't improve the story. It doesn't do anything. It's distracting and it makes the movie worse. Yeah, I'm so sick and tired of these fake woke Hollywood hacks. Because that's all it is. It's just fake wokeness. I mean, Finn can't fly a ship? Really? So what's next, J.J. Abrams? Finn can't swim because he's black? I mean, I'm so tired of these people. And then you got Oscar Isaac, you got Poe Dameron, the hot-headed Latino, the hot-blooded Latino. Ooh, yeah, we haven't seen that one before. Although that was more Ruin Johnson's fault. And then you got the purple-haired feminist talking down to the hot-headed Latino. But then at the end, when the Admiral Hairdo and Princess Leia are talking to each other, they're like, oh, but I like him. Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh. I mean, what are these, like, junior high girls or something? You had Admiral Hairdo just telling off Poe Dameron, saying that he's just some, hot-headed flyboy and that he needs to, like, basically just shut up and do what I say. And then you had Princess Leia tase him. She pulled out a taser and tased him, or stunned him, like, put her phaser on stun or whatever. So they acted all pissed at him because he caused a mutiny. But then at the end, they just forgive him, like, oh, I like him. It's like, oh my goodness, what the hell? And then it turns out that Admiral Hairdo sacrifices herself, and then she was right all along. And I don't know, it's just so. Yeah, you don't need to beat us over the head. Yeah, we know, women good, men bad, blah blah blah. So, it's just cringe-worthy. So Finn can't fly, and then like, what's the first thing he does when he sees Rey? He's like, ooh, I want a piece of that. I want some of that. Oh yeah, the black dude like chasing after the white woman. Oh yeah, we've never seen that one before. So they make Finn someone who can't fly. They make him a walking hard-on, because that's like all he's thinking about, just getting in bed with Rey. And then they make him like, the goofball, the comedian. Oh yeah, the black comedian. Black people are funny. Blah blah blah. It's like J.J. Abrams and Ruin Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy, they actually think that they're enlightened. They actually think they're woke. And what do? Every stereotype of a black person, that's what Finn is. And when people bring this up, John Soy Boyega, he just insults the fans and tells the fans that they're toxic and tells the fans that basically they suck. And it's like, why are you defending this? I mean, they did a little bit better with Poe Dameron. They actually gave him some skill, like he can fly, but it's just sort of over the top. Like it's almost as if they were afraid if they made a Hispanic man not 100% capable, that people would think that it's racist or something. I don't know. So of course they made him like completely like super duper skilled and super duper competent. I mean, if you remember, Luke Skywalker, he was a good pilot, but I mean he wasn't perfect. I mean he almost got blown up. Han Solo saved him. I mean that's what created tension. When you got Poe Dameron flying around and doing flips and woohoo, even though like there's people lives in danger, you just get the sense that he's not gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, so where's the suspense? Just this movie, these sets of movies, Force Awakens and Last Jedi, are all over the place. And you're telling me that out of all of the millions, or tens of thousands or tens of thousands of stormtroopers, that the only one that has a conscience is the black stormtrooper? Yeah, right. So none of the other, I'm assuming most of them are white. I mean, I think it was one of the idiots who made Rogue One who said that the Empire is a white supremacist organization or something. So, and in A New Hope, I mean, they all, I'm assuming they were all white. I mean, we don't know because they have masks, but I'm assuming most of the stormtroopers are white. And you're telling me that out of all those, that the only good stormtrooper, the only stormtrooper that had a change of heart was the black stormtrooper? Give me a freaking break. It would have been much more interesting if it had actually been like a group of stormtroopers who defected. You know what I mean? Like, like during the Nazi, during World War II, there was, this group of army officers or something that wanted to kill Hitler. It would have been kind of interesting if it had been a group of them, and have Finn among that group, and then kind of talk amongst themselves and say, what, we got to do something, we can't be doing this or something like that. And then it sort of had their story and have them join the rebellion or something like that. Actually would have been a little bit more interesting. That's a good example of a group of officers who sort of go against like the person in charge or the king. And I think then you have the bad example, which I believe are the Young Turks. I think the Young Turks are like a group of army officers who didn't like the way I guess the Ottoman Empire was going, so they decided to just kind of go off on their own and then sort of come to power to make the the Turkish Empire better. And of course, they killed Armenians. So that's a bad example. But what I'm saying is that this whole thing of a group of army officers who sort of go against everyone else and try to you either have a coup or take over or do something positive, well, or end up doing something negative. That's actually happened in real after our history. So it would have been sort of cooler if Finn had just been one of a group of people. You know what I mean? Instead of just like, oh yeah, the one only decent stormtrooper is black. It's like you're trying really hard, Disney. You try hard. You're trying too hard. I mean, I know it's politically correct, to do that, because the white man is bad. So no white people would have a conscience and would go against the empire or the first order. So let's make him black. It's like, okay, whatever. Um, but it would have been interesting to have it like maybe a group of stormtroopers, and then they join the rebellion or something like that. Would have been a little bit more interesting, I think. Lost opportunity there.